Top Scandal: Exposing Celebrity Secrets. What's hidden behind the fame and fortune of celebrities? At Top Scandal, we uncover shocking truths, from scandals and fraud to serious crimes. With solid evidence and objective reporting, we reveal what they don't want you to know. Toby Nathaniel Willis, born on April 29, 1970, in Chicago, Illinois, was once a well-known figure as the leader of the Willis clan musical family and the star of the reality TV show, The Willis Family on TLC. However, the perfect image of this family crumbled in 2016 when Toby was arrested for child rape, sending shock waves through the American entertainment industry. Everything changed on September 9, 2016, when the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation apprehended Toby in Greenville, Kentucky, after he fled his home in Ashland City, Tennessee, to evade arrest. He was charged with raping a girl between the ages of 9 and 12 in an incident that took place approximately 12 years earlier, in 2004. The investigation began in August 2016 after an acquaintance of the family reported suspicions to the police. Subsequently, legal documents revealed that the victim was a member of the Willis family, later confirmed to include Toby's own daughters. His eldest daughter, Jessica Willis Fisher, disclosed in her memoir, Unspeakable, 2022, that she had been sexually abused by her father since the age of 3. Other siblings, including Jennifer Willis McDowell, also revealed they endured years of prolonged abuse. Toby exploited his absolute control over the family, raised in a strict, insular, and religious environment, to conceal his actions. His daughters said they once believed they were the only victims and refrained from speaking out due to fears of destroying the family or threats to their lives. On July 11, 2017, at the Cheatham County Courthouse in Tennessee, Toby Willis pleaded guilty to 4 counts of child rape. He received 2 25-year sentences and 2 40-year sentences, but they were ordered to run concurrently, resulting in a total of 40 years in prison with no possibility of early parole. He is currently serving his sentence at the Tennessee State Prison and will not be eligible for release before 2056, when he will be 86 years old. During the trial, the Willis family, through their legal representative, expressed gratitude to the community, law enforcement, and prosecutors for handling the case with sensitivity. They also emphasized that while the legal process had concluded, the harm inflicted on the victims will last forever. Jessica and her siblings have severed all contact with their father since his arrest, and some, particularly the named victims, are prohibited from contacting him under a court order. The scandal marked the end of the Willis family, which had already been canceled prior to Toby's arrest due to declining viewership, and completely dismantled the idealized image the family had once projected. Brenda Willis, Toby's wife, was left in a dire situation, raising their 12 children alone amid the family's disintegration. Their older children, particularly the 6 eldest, regrouped as a smaller version of the Willis clan and released the album Speak My Mind in 2018 as a means of healing their wounds through music. Andrew Drew Drechsel, born on January 6, 1989, in Coral Springs, Florida, is a professional parkour athlete and a prominent figure on the reality TV show American Ninja Warrior on NBC. Known by the nickname Real Life Ninja, he made history by winning season 11 in 2019, becoming one of only 2 contestants to complete the final Mount Midoriyama course in the American version's history. However, Drechsel's fame came crashing down in 2020 when he was arrested for crimes related to child sexual abuse, resulting in a prison sentence of over 10 years in 2024. On August 4, 2020, just weeks after filming a new season of American Ninja Warrior in St. Louis, Drechsel was arrested by the FBI at his home in St. Cloud, Florida. He faced multiple serious charges involving a minor, including producing child pornography, enticing a minor to travel for illegal sexual activity, and using interstate commerce to lure a child. These charges stemmed from an illicit relationship with a girl from New Jersey, which began in 2014 when she was 14 years old and he was 25 or 26. According to investigative records, Drechsel met the victim at a parkour event tied to American Ninja Warrior. They started exchanging messages, and in July 2015, he invited her to the New Era Gymnastics Gym in Hamden, Connecticut, for her 15th birthday. There, after tricking his girlfriend into leaving the gym, Drechsel engaged in sexual activity with the girl behind the show's famous warped wall. The relationship continued from when the victim was 15 to 17, with multiple encounters in New Jersey and Connecticut. He also persuaded her to send explicit photos and videos via Skype and maintain contact through messages until 2019. The victim disclosed the situation to her mother in late 2015 when she was 15. The mother confronted Drechsel, and he admitted to the sexual encounters, but claimed ignorance of the girl's age. Despite being explicitly informed, he continued the relationship afterward. In June 2019, when the victim was 19, she filed a complaint with the Cherry Hill Police Department in New Jersey. On November 8, 2019, the FBI searched Drechsel's phone and discovered child pornography, including content involving the victim from when she was 14 and 15 years old. Initially, Drechsel intended to plead not guilty, with his attorney Frank J. Richter II asserting his innocence and requesting privacy. However, after multiple delays in legal negotiations, he changed his stance. On June 1, 2023, before Chief Federal Judge Renee M. Bum at the Camden Courthouse in New Jersey, Drechsel pleaded guilty to 2 charges: receiving child pornography and enticing a minor to travel across state lines for illegal sexual activity. Other charges were dropped as part of the plea deal. On June 26, 2024, he was sentenced to 121 months in prison, over 10 years, followed by 15 years of supervised release and ordered to pay $100,000 in restitution to the victim. Under federal guidelines, he must serve at least 85% of his sentence, approximately 8.5 years, with good behavior, with a projected release around 2032 or 2033, when he will be about 43 or 44 years old. He will also be required to register as a sex offender for life. Once celebrated as a motivational icon whose journey of perseverance and triumph culminated in a prestigious championship victory, Drew Drechsel has now been relegated to a far darker legacy, forever marked as a convicted offender who misused his public prominence and influence to deceive, exploit, and inflict harm upon a vulnerable minor.